Good afternoon and welcome to Entrepreneur Central. I'm your host, Marjorie Waye on 106liveradio.com. And today is June 15th. I'm going to be with you from 12 noon to 2. And if you have people that need to know about how to grow their business, how to get new customers, how to manage their business, want to learn about how to get your kid on Disney Channel and talk about managing your kids as a mom, and we're talking about all that today on Entrepreneur Central. Please make sure that you download the 106 Live Radio app in the Google Play Store, and if you're on Apple, it's in the TuneIn Radio. It's on TuneIn Radio, and look for 106liveradio.com, the station. So we have an exciting show. I'm really, as usual, very excited to talk to you today because there's so much going on. Today, in our 1 o'clock hour, we will be talking with Miss Kimberly Parks. Again, she is the mom of both an NFL player and a Disney Channel star. I don't know if you've seen the show or your kids have seen the show. It is Casey Undercover, right? Okay, good. Casey Undercover, and one of the co-stars on Casey Undercover, his mom is going to be on this show today. So we're excited to talk to her. And the premise of our today's show is talking about managing your business, but I want to start by saying, a quote by Walt Disney: "The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing." So that really just takes us to a whole nother level as it relates to how our show going forward is going to work. We're going to stop talking about doing stuff and we're going to start doing it. Now, coming out in future shows, we're going to be talking about finale, and I'm going to tell you what that is in weeks to come, probably in the next 2 weeks. And trust me on this one, you're not going to want to miss it because it is going to change your life. You're going to get rid of all those post-it notes and those little things that you lose, when you write your New Year's resolutions. You're going to have something that's going to help you to achieve your goal. So we'll be talking about that next couple of weeks. Also, if you know businesses, and I think we all do, in any facet, in any industry, whatever you do, that wants new customers, they want to grow their customer base, trust me, you want them to tune in to Entrepreneur Central every Wednesday from 12 to 2. Because I have a new thing that I'm doing. I am actually going to start sharing information about government contracts. Now, I'm going to talk about the reality of it. And what does that mean? I'm going to tell you contracts that are currently existent, that are available by industry. Because I had a conversation last week with a young lady who wanted to know how real, how easy, how simplistic, how realistic is this whole government contract thing, right? You hear people getting them, but does that really work? Do people really get it? And can someone like me really get them? Well, the answer is yes to all those questions. So we're going to be talking about that, and I'm actually going to give you contracts. I'm going to give you examples. I'm going to tell you how much money companies are making. I'm going to share that information. And why am I telling you this? Because I think people need to really understand what this thing is all about. What does it mean to be a government contractor? And what if I don't want to start a company and I don't want to go through the process and all that other stuff? Can I become a subcontractor with a government contractor and actually make money? Does all that work? So we're going to be talking about that today. So if you're an artist, an author, a contractor, anything, a landscape artist, an artist, we have contracts. I have examples of contracts that we're going to be talking about today. So I'm really excited because there's just so much going on. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to take a break every, we're going to take better breaks going forward. And I got some motivation coming for you, and it's going to be really cool. So let's get started. The first thing actually I'm going to do, I'm going to start the show with our roll call today. Now, roll call, what is it? Roll call is when you get your business on the air with promotion. Now I'm just going to start talking about businesses and talk about the services. And actually, these are real life companies that you can find and utilize that will help you grow. That's what we're about. We're helping businesses thrive through Entrepreneur Central. So that's really what we want to do. Oh, and if you have questions, and while we're on the show and there's something that is like bugging you or something that you just want to ask or something that's It's seemingly as simple. Go to 1065radio.com and you can chat with us live. We'll actually answer your questions as long as we're on the air. If we're off the air, I can't help you. I mean, that's kind of the rule. If we're on the air and we're talking to you and you hear something, go to 1065radio.com, click on the chat room, chat with us, send us a question, and we'll do our best to answer it while we're on the air. So we're going to go ahead and start with roll call. If you're not on roll call, shame on you. You can go to eastcentral411.com, go to the contact us page, provide us with the information about your business, and we can get you listed on our roll call and then talk about you on air. So we're going to start. Our roll call starts today with 360 Player Experience, which brings you Entrepreneur Central every Wednesday from 12 to 2 on 106 Live Radio. And 360 Player Experience is all about transforming your processes and your internal workings of your company to help you grow and to improve your strategy so that you can make more money and grow overall, organically. 360 Accounting is a back office accounting solution that is more efficient and cost effective for your business to provide you flexibility and allow you to grow. We also have Hill Chase. Hill Chase is an organization that is about developing and managing successful and sustainable organizations, both nonprofit and for-profit. They have an office here in Atlanta, Georgia, and an office based in Manhattan, New York. SDW Services. SDW Services is based in Atlanta. It is an interior and exterior painting company for both residential and commercial customers. So it's summertime and you need, something done to your business, some painting, some restoration done to your business. You can call SDW Services LLC. And if you're looking to connect with these organizations, you can go to eastcentral411.com. Click on our roll call. So if you're on home screen, scroll down about the middle, you'll see a link that says roll call. And that will link you to all the businesses that we're promoting on roll call. Next on our roll call is DJ Azzy, who is our fearless leader for 106 Live Radio. He is also a professional disc jockey. And so if you're looking to have an awesome and amazing musical experience, then you need to connect with DJ Azzy through eastcentral411.com. 106 Live Radio is looking for interns who want to be connected with media, videography, photography, what have you. If you're a student in the media department at any of the local colleges or schools, you can get intern credit. But we're looking for interns in pretty much everything. If you're looking to be an intern, you can go to eastcentral411.com and click on our roll call to connect with our interns on it and get the information. So that's our roll call for this particular segment. Now, you want to get your pens and pencils ready because I am actually going to talk about some live contracts. Now, if you are serious about your business, as we all talk about, we do a lot of talking, but we don't do as much doing. So this is going to give you an opportunity not to complain about what you don't have, but to actually look at what you can do. Okay? So I'm going to throw out some examples of industry. Now, if you want to connect with me and you have some industries that you're looking at and saying, okay, well, I want to know if it, can fit for me, then shoot us out a chat, connect with us in the chat room at 1065radio.com, and ask us about an industry if I don't mention it, or if you're just looking for it before I even get started. So, so we have, let's say, landscaping, or you're a horticulturalist, and you do plants and shrubbery, right? You plant plants, you maintain landscaping and beautify areas. So right now there is a contract. It happens to be in Connecticut. Again, this is nationwide, so it can be anywhere. This contract that I pulled up happens to be in Connecticut. The proposal is not due till June 27, 2016. It's for the Department of Veterans Affairs. It is actually, the title of it is Plants and Shrubs, and it is to provide the West Haven VA Medical Center landscaping improvements and area beautification. And so you can actually apply for that. Now, if you're looking to find out more about these contracts, you can go to fbo.gov. That's F as in Frank, B as in boy, O as in Oscar, .gov. And you can actually learn about the contracts I'm talking about right now. Right? So I'm giving away free information to help you grow your business. And if you're thinking, well, does this apply to me? If you do plants, shrubs, you're in horticulture, you do landscaping, Yes, there are contracts out there. Let's see, if you are an artist, there is a contract. They're actually not an artist. You actually procure art, and that's what they're looking for. There is a contract to procure a particular painting, and the name of the painting is Mitchie Field, West Point, and they are looking for it's a painting done between 1950 and 1955 by an artist named Palmer Hayden. So they're looking for somebody to find that painting. It needs to be signed, and they're actually going to pay you. You can submit a bid for what you want to get paid. Now that doesn't matter where you are in the country. You can apply for that if you seek out art and find art. What if you're in music? Right? There is a contract that's not due till June 27th. They are looking for a music director for Protestant Gospel Services. They need a music director. And this is at Camp Butler. And it's a part of the Department of Navy. And I think actually it's international. This one is the Far East. So you can actually travel for this one. But they are looking for a music director. And that's an actual government contract. So they're looking for, if you're a music director that wants to travel overseas, you've never been, but you have your passport, you can actually get a contract for that. So there is opportunity even for musicians. What if you're a data processor? Data processing, and you run a data processing company and you want to expand your business, there is a job with the Department of Navy. It is the Office of Naval Supply and Systems Command. They are based in Philadelphia. And actually, they're looking for proposals to determine if they're going to give it to one company or they're going to put it out there for bid for multiple people to compete. But that's not due until June 29th. Okay, so what if you are a writer? Author, okay? There is a contract at Fort Gordon, which is here in Georgia, and they are negotiating an award for a writer for life tech training and tools. And so they're looking for a manual for somebody to actually write the manual for life tech training and tools. And that's based in Fort Gordon, Georgia. And that is not due until June 20th. There's also another contract. Again, if you're looking to be in government contracting and you don't think it applies to you, it's completely untrue because they need everything. Everything. So on June 29th, there's another contract that's for towing, storage, maintenance, and disposal of seized and forfeited vehicles in Florida. So if you're in Orlando or Tampa, there is a contract with the Department of Justice and United States Marshal Service that is looking for somebody to come and pick them up, store them, and dispose of seized or forfeited vehicles. And so if you're looking at that, then that's what your business is, then there is a contract out there for you. Again, there's something for everybody, and that contract's not due proposal's not due till June 29th. What if you're a contractor? You maintain or repair buildings or facilities. There is a contract due June 27th with the Department of Navy. This is in Louisville, Kentucky, with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and they're looking for contractors to repair Army-based facilities. There's also another one that's a maintenance contract in Myrtle Beach, at Myrtle Beach International Airport, and it's a control tower facility that they're looking for rehabilitation to waterproofing and replacement of exterior doors, removal and replacement of exterior finish, repair and sealing and painting in the base building. So that's another contract that's available. There was one more that I looked up, and of course I can't catch it. Okay, here's another one. If you are in information technology, The Army Reserve is looking for a portal tool support services to support their portal, their internet portal. I think it's intranet portal at Fort Sam in Houston. So if you're thinking it doesn't apply to me, oh, there was another contract that we looked up this past week. $587,000 contract was awarded to a beautician for beautician and barber services in Virginia for 1 year. That was a 1-year contract. $587,000. It doesn't matter what kind of work you do. Doesn't matter what area you're in. These are realistic contracts that are existing right now. You don't have to believe me. You can go out and see it yourself, fbo.gov, and actually look up these contracts yourself. Now, if you're not a government contractor, there are things that you need to do. There are things that you need to establish yourself. But that's one of the reasons why we had Government Contractors Association on air with us a few weeks back, or a month or so now. And they came on and talked about the possibility. The U.S. government is the 3rd largest in the world, consumer in the world. If you want to grow your business, hey, that's a great place to get, static revenue based upon the services that you provide, so that you can then grow your company. If you're going to do it civilian and government work, it's a great place to do it. Now, as we go forward, we're going to also have other opportunities where we'll be talking about the local, let's say Fulton County, Cobb County, state of Georgia, other states, other organizations, other places that are going to have local contracts. In the month of August, we're going to be talking to supplier diversity companies. So the Georgia Pacifics, the Coca-Colas, the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, other places. We're also going to be talking about an economic development that are take place in every city around the United States. There are local ones, there are state level ones that focus on economic development. So we want to make sure that you have the opportunities that you're looking for. So if you have friends, colleagues, or even your own company that you work for is looking to build their sales, build their revenue, Entrepreneur Central is where you need to be. You need to have them on, connected, so they can hear the opportunities. I will always tell you where to get it. There's no point in me not tell you where to get the information, so that we can all stop talking about doing stuff and actually start doing it. So I hope that helps somebody. Hope it. Again, if you have any questions, you can go to 106live.radio.com and go to the chat room and talk to us, and we will be happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, coming up on the show, we have Miss Kimberly Parks. She's going to be here in our 1 o'clock hour talking about being a mom manager. And she is a mom of both an NFL star and a Disney star. And so we'll be talking to her about the event. She had an event on June 11th where she actually talked to a group of folks about this particular topic: how to get your children into the entertainment industry and avoid all the pitfalls. So we'll be talking about that. I'm really interested in that conversation with her, and really just moving forward. Again, if you have any questions, if you want to connect with us, please connect with us. We want you to connect with us. Tell everybody that you know to download 106liveradio.com. We also want you to connect with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. It's all eCentral 411. If you have any questions about your business, how to grow, all of those things, it's all on eCentral411.com. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back shortly.
I don't care how disappointing
Welcome back to Entrepreneur Central. I'm your host, Marjorie Waye, on 106liveradio.com, coming to you live every Wednesday from 12 noon to 2 on 106 Live Radio, again, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. All right, so last segment we talked about government contracts and the available contracts, and that was U.S. right based government contracts. So here's the thing: the idea that somehow we're our deficit, our United States deficit, keeps us from spending money. No, keep in mind the U.S. deficit is based on a 10-year projection of potential things that may happen, what they think, and how they project. So it's not a today we owe $10 trillion, whatever it is. It means that over the next 10 years, this is what it would look like based on what we need to spend, based on what we owe, all of those things. So that's what the debt is really based upon. This is a quick lesson in economics, but I want to tell you that there is quite a bit of money just available, just plain and simple, just available for companies. So now, what does that number look like, right? What does that mean? What does you say, Marjorie, that there's money available, but I don't know what that means. Okay, so I want to talk numbers. What kind of, how much money is being spent by the government? What does that look like? So there is a website. It's called usaspending.gov. So if you're looking to see what kind of money in contracts. Now they highlight the loans that they give, the other financial assistance they give, and grants to nonprofits or other organizations. They highlight those things. But in contracts alone, that means the job. You won the job. You won the bid for your whatever the service is that you provide. Okay? So in fiscal year 2016, fiscal year 2016, and let me tell you what that time is. So from October 1st, 2015 to September 30th, 2016, that is the fiscal year 2016 for the federal government. So we are in June, so we know that the fiscal year does not end for another 3 months, 3.5 months, because it's June 15th. So in that time, the government has already awarded $219 billion in government contracts. And these range from, a couple $1,000s to several $1 million. And you can find out how much money is being spent, whether it's in your state, whether it's in your area, on usaspending.gov. It's a great site, it's great information, it's very informational, and this will tell you, is it real for me? You can actually look at the kinds of contracts that they receive. So that's a federal number, right? And so there's, like, for example, I'm looking at it, there's a computer corporation who, in this year, so far, won, it's a $40,000+ contract. There's another one that on one contract won $96,000 on one contract. There's another one, and this was an $8.7 million contract, and that's within this year. So there's lots of money available. There are lots of contracts. I gave you actual physical proposals that are not even due yet, that are available right now, that if you're in any of those industries, you can go to fbo.gov and look up those particular contracts. Now, let's talk about local contracts, other types of contracts and things like that. Now, Atlanta-Hartsville is the largest airport as far as traffic goes in the world. Atlanta-Hartsville has a Department of Procurement, it's a supplier diversity department. So it's a Department of Procurement. That's a department that purchases services and supplies for the airport. There are several within the last 7 days. They have published, I'm looking at a very small list. So if you produce or create or sell safety shoes, They're looking for a contractor to give to sell safety shoes, to procure a contract for safety shoes. If you are in operations and maintenance, they're looking for a contractor for operations and maintenance of the Atlanta streetcar system. They're also looking for a contract for the firing range for the Atlanta Police Department. And so this may be a City of Atlanta procurement, but it's definitely connected to the airport. There is an energy management system audit services for the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport contract that's out there. There is also a landslide modernization contract that's out there. Those are only a couple of the contracts that are out there with the City of Atlanta Department of Procurement. So those are some with the City of Atlanta. But let's look even broader. What about let's say I looked up bids. There is a site that's called GeorgiaBids.net, and GeorgiaBids.net has Georgia businesses and organizations that are put bids out there looking for contractors. Again, that is www.georgiabids.net, and that particular site has, let's see, there's a service and maintenance contract. There is, if you do relationship-based training, and the scope is foundational education and consultation services in the relationship-based care model with the Department of Veterans Affairs. So they're looking for a contract. Del Taco is looking for a contractor for new building construction that's less than 5,000 square foot. You're in program and project management services. MARTA is looking for a program and project management contractor. Let's see, the Georgia Department of Economic Development is looking for a printing agency that does that will print various agency stationery and business cards. So they're looking for a contractor that's a printer. If you're in uniforms, Columbus Consolidated Government Purchasing Division, they are looking for a contractor to provide uniforms for basketball and boxing. Let's see. The Georgia College and State University is looking for an insurance provider. They're looking for a contract on insurance. The Effingham County Board of Education is looking for somebody to do HVAC renovations. The Macon Purchasing Division of Finance is looking for a cognitive-based intervention substance treatment contractor. The Clayton County Board of Education is looking for a supplier of messaging notification systems. So again, there's lots of business out there. There's lots of business that is available. If you're looking for a job, I mean, I have everything. If you're looking for a job, and Polymer Logistics, look up Polymer, P-O-L-Y, Polymer, P-O-L-Y-M-E-R, Logistics. Just is they're expanding in Georgia, and they're looking to hire 110 people at Polymer Logistics. There is an apparel company that opened in Georgia that is creating 300 new jobs. Let's see, a leading online marketplace for consumers to buy and sell women's and children's clothing is opening a warehouse in Gwinnett County. And it doesn't say the ThreadUp. So if you look up ThreadUp, ThredUp facility, again, they're creating 300 new jobs in the metro area because they are expanding. They're opening the apparel company. There is lots of opportunity. So, you know, we can sit back and say, okay, I don't have the opportunity to grow or to build or to what have you, but the opportunity is out there. Now, I've given you government contracts. I've given you, in the state of Georgia, there's local contracts. In Fulton County, I mean, in the city of Atlanta, there's contracts. There's available opportunities, but you have to do a couple things, right? If you're doing work with the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, what have you, if you're doing work with anybody at any level, city, local, city, state, federal, you need to be certified. You've got to get certified. You've got to get certified. So what does that mean? If you are working with the federal government, you want to get certified in whichever area that you are. If you are a minority business, if you are a small business, if you are a women-owned business, a veteran-owned business, there are certifications, and you can go to the SBA, Small Business Association, but SBA, and look up the certifications, and they will actually walk you through the process. Everything. Okay, so let's talk about this world of entrepreneurship. This glamorous, awesome, amazing world called entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is, as I've said before, is not for the faint of heart. If you are not ready to cry and to struggle and to wait and to learn and exercise patience, I mean an enormous amount of patience, and work every day and go from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm, if you're willing to do that, then you can be an entrepreneur. If you're not willing to do that, there's no point in stepping in. You might as well go get a job. You might as well go get a job. There's no sense in doing that. There's no sense in being an entrepreneur, because it's going to take a long time. It is. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of personal sacrifice. A lot of personal sacrifice in order for you to be successful at this. And you're going to look... Oops, sorry, okay. Technical difficulties. Okay. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time, a lot of effort in order for you to get out there and really find the customers and find your right niche. Be able to price your services correctly. Be able to account for it and get loans or find money, find capital, find investors, find supplies at work. Make sure you have the technology and the software, and that you're fully prepared before you go in and get a contract or get another customer, because you want that customer's experience to be awesome. That's what business is all about. It's all about the experience that you create for your client. And if you create a great experience, they will come back to you time and time again. If you create a great experience, they will tell everybody they can about you that needs your service. Now, keep in mind, again, that takes time and it takes patience, and you've got to be willing to always be diligent and be on your job. And yes, are you going to feel like nothing's happening? Sure. Are you going to feel like I can't succeed at this? Yes. Are you going to feel like I want to quit all the time? That's all. That comes a part of it. But if you're willing to step out and step out on faith, for me it's faith. For whatever you believe in, for me it's absolute faith. I have to know that God positioned me to be where I'm at, doing what I'm doing. And I'll tell you, me being on the radio, that was an absolute act of faith. Me being in business, doing what I'm doing, continue to do what I'm doing, and for 2 years not having one customer, 2 years being out there, beating the pavement, doing what I got to do for 2 years straight. Not just, hey, I wonder, 2 years straight was out there. And before this 2 years, before that, having tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed and got investors and people and gone through it, and understand, you know what, I got to get back up, because this is what I'm purposed to do. This is what my passion is. This is where I want to be. This right here, being where I'm at, this is not by accident. This is completely by faith. Now, for me, I have gone through the academic. I just got my letter saying that I can continue with my doctoral study, and I'm at the beginning of the end for my doctorate. That's huge. That's huge, huge, huge. Took 5 years. 5 years to get to this stage, and I'm not done yet, but I will be. It's an exercise in patience. And at the end, when I'm Dr. Marjorie Waye, I love that. When I was Dr. Marjorie Waye, in the end, that will literally just be the beginning of yet another phase of wherever God wants to take me. But this thing called entrepreneurship, yeah, it's a journey. And if you're not willing to take the journey, and again, cry, be ready to cry, sweat, try, struggle, lose a whole lot of money, and want to give up all the time, then you know what? You're not doing it. This is not entrepreneurship. And if you're not ready for it, then like I said, go get a job. Go work for somebody else who did all of that, who went through all of that. And it may not seem like they went through it, but I promise you, at some point in the phase, wherever, it could have seemed like this business was successful. They're good. They're making millions. They're doing it. They're the only one making it, and I'm not making it. How come they're making it? I'm making. You don't know what they went through to get there. T.D. Jakes said it so perfectly. You're looking at now, but you don't know how I got here. You don't know all the struggle. You don't know the sleeping in the cars and being homeless and getting your lights turned out and wondering if your kids are going to eat. You don't know that struggle. All you see is the success part. You don't see, if we go back and look at other people, the Oprahs who got turned down by the station because she wasn't fit to be a broadcaster. She didn't have the right look. And look at her now. Steve Jobs, however unique his personality was, literally got kicked off his own company that he created. Kicked out of his own company. We all have a story that talks about how we got to where we are. And you have to just keep on pushing, keep on trying. There's plenty of business, there's plenty of opportunity for everybody. No matter what you want to do, whatever your passion, there's plenty of room, but you've got to be patient. You got to be patient. Continue to dream and continue to go from failure to failure. Because failure is not a bad word. We say it all the time. It's not a bad word, though. Failure is not bad. It's when you decide to let that failure keep you down is when failure becomes a bad word. But if you take the lessons that you learn from that failure, if you take it and you work it and you do everything you can to say, okay, what did I do? What did I do different? What could I have done differently? How could I improve upon it? What did I learn from that? Ooh, I did get those contacts. Let me call them back. Although it didn't work in that, I just re-strategized. Let me see if that works. Let me call them back. They didn't call me back before, but it's okay because I'll call them back. Going from failure to failure without any loss of enthusiasm. And although you want to quit, a lot of times, it'll work if you just keep pressing on it. But you got to be patient, and you got to work through it. You got to work through all the bumps and bruises to get to where you need to be, where you want to be. So, I say all that to say, this entrepreneurship thing, it can work. And my goal, and on this show, is to help find customers or employers, whichever one you want, but help you to take your business to the next level. And I'm going to share a whole slew of information, free information about what's available. Now, if you don't know how to go and get it, call me. That's okay. Call. Get on the chat room. Ask us a question. See how we can help. See how we can partner. See how we can do this together. Because it can work. It really does work. But you got to keep moving at it. So, that's my spiel. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to finish up some roll call as we're leading into the next hour. So I'm going to pay some bills, take a break, talking about it, and we're going to start doing, because there's lots and lots of talking going on, lots of chatter. I need a lot of doing. So let's focus on the doing part and less on the talking. So, let me finish with the roll call as we're going into the 1 o'clock hour, and our guest is already in studio, and so after we come back for 1 o'clock, I will introduce her, and we'll get to chit-chatting, and I'll try not to be long-winded. I'm not going to make no guarantees, but I will try. So, so let's go through our roll call for this segment. So, roll call, again, it's on eCentral411.com. If you want to connect with any of these companies, go to eCentral411.com, scroll down, look for the roll call, and you can link to any of these companies. So we have Dream Trips Life. It's based in Atlanta, Georgia. It's just a better way to travel, particularly if you're traveling by yourself. You can go to Dream Trips Life, travel by yourself, travel with family, but it's just a smarter way to travel. We also have Club Eat Atlanta. Club E is a global network that connects entrepreneurs to the financial and supportive resources that they need to grow their business. They're based in College Park, Georgia, and they connect smaller businesses to larger businesses, just like our next roll call, which is Invest Atlanta. And Invest Atlanta is our city arm to economic development, and they are about providing tools and tips to smaller businesses so that you can be more competitive on a global platform. And if you're looking to connect with larger businesses in the city of Atlanta, Invest Atlanta is your place to go. We also have Gianna's Creative Designs, based in Virginia, and they are focused on creating beautiful things for your home, office, or as great gift-giving items. Again, it's based in Virginia. You can find all these organizations on eCentral411.com and go to our roll call. We also have Progressive Techniques. Progressive Techniques is based in Fayetteville, Georgia, and their theme is developing a better you. They provide training and development services, business coaching, and motivational keynote speaking. We also have DJ Ross Iman. He is the creator and founder of Majestic Sounds International. He has some amazing music. He's based here in Atlanta, so if you're looking for some really nice love music, you can go to eCentral411.com and connect with DJ Ross Iman and download his music. We have Unlimited Love and Life Coaching, LLC, and the co-founders are Karen Martin and Sharonda Barksdale. They're based in Atlanta. They do life coaching and business coaching to break the boundaries of love in personal and professional relationships. Our last one for the segment is Body by You. They're a team of fitness instructors and health coaches based in Douglasville, Georgia. So if you're looking to change your body, contact Body by You, again in Douglasville, Georgia. You can find all of these organizations on eCentral411.com and go to our roll call page and connect with our roll call participants. If you want to be on, go to eCentral411.com, contact us page, and provide us with your business information so that we can get you on roll call, and I'll talk about your business and promote your business. So, hope that helped. We are gonna we're crossing over. It's 12:56, and we're gonna cross over into our 1 o'clock hour. I'm gonna play some more motivation. We're gonna pay some bills, and then we'll come back at 1 o'clock with our guest, Miss Kimberly. Welcome back to Entrepreneur Central. I'm your host, Marjorie Waye, on 106liveradio.com. It's now 1:04 p.m. And in the studio, we have Miss Kimberly Parks.
Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm trying to break away from my boys and do my own thing now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is like some stepping stones for me. So I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're doing Truth and Triumphs.
Yes, ma'am. So
Describe me what that is.
It's a workshop that I'm doing, and I initially just wanted to give back to parents that have children that are starting in the industry, coming into the industry, because what people see on the outside is always the glitz and glamour of everything.
Right.
But the real deal is that they don't know what we really go through as a parent.
Right.
And that when you commit to enhancing or embracing your child's gift,
Definitely.
and them going into the industry,
Yeah.
they don't really understand what it takes to do that. So
Yeah.
I just give little stories about different times of different things that I went through, and just want to be honest and truthful to parents
Right.
that are really wanting to be in the business, or their
Right.
children to be in the business.
Now, let me tell. So you have a son,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Camille.
Yes.
Who is a co-star on Casey Undercover.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? He was also on Grown Ups too.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes.
Bunky, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bumpy.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so it's how does that? You also are a mom of an NFL player.
Yes.
How do you balance that?
It was tough. It was in the very beginning. Like, I tell little stories about when, most kids on the weekends have to do chores.
Yeah.
We were at the football field.
Yeah.
So there was no chores. So my kid's room was a disaster. All of that
Yes,
good stuff.
yes.
So, and then once I saw that was something that he wanted to do, then I just continued to push him to do that.
Right.
And then with my other son, Camille, he didn't start, we started recognizing something about at 6.
Okay.
And then at 8 we got him in a theater group called Youth Ensemble of Atlanta, and they're
awesome.
here in Atlanta. They're amazing.
Awesome.
And they made him comfortable in acting, music, dance, all of that stuff. And so that's how he got his career. It was tough just trying to, you know, manage both of those things.
Yeah, I mean, those are diametrically opposites, right?
Yeah, definitely. But every Saturday we were at the football field, and then if I had to take Camille to practice or whatever, I was doing that too. And then once my oldest son started driving, then it just made everything a whole lot easier.
Right, because you weren't.
I wasn't having to be, like split in half and pulled apart. Yeah.
Right. So then who got started professionally first?
Camille got started professionally first with the theater group, because that is a professional theater group that he was involved in. And then from there, like 2007, somewhere along that line, we decided to go to LA because I wanted to see if he was able to compete with the other children there.
Okay.
So we have been doing some things here, but I was like, oh, let's just go see. Can we do this? So we were there for about 5 weeks, and things started going for him.
Picking up.
And people, you know, were offering PSAs, which are, you know, the little commercial stuff. And so, but I had to think, I'm like, okay, I still have one son. I still have another son.
Yeah.
And he's in high school.
Right.
And so I can't expect my mom to raise him. So I had to make a difficult choice.
Right.
I had to make a choice on if I was going to stay in LA or if we were going to come back.
Exactly.
And so we came back and we started working on Camille's resume here in Atlanta.
Right.
And then it kind of just took off from there, and I knew we would go back. It was just a matter of time, and so 2011 we moved back.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. And so so that has to be difficult. A big challenge when, you know, you want to be with your kids, right? That's just a fact. But someone needs more attention than the other. Right.
Luckily, my oldest son, once he became an adult and he was going to college, he understood a lot more.
Okay.
And it was something that we all talked about before. It wasn't just one versus the other.
Right.
And so I missed a lot of my son's football games, but my mom was the one who came and swooped up the support system for that. So she was there every weekend. He went to South Carolina State, so she went to all the games and all of that kind of stuff. So she picked up that support system for me.
So how do you deal with the guilt? Because honestly, there's a level of I wasn't here, but I was there, and there's, you know.
I think we kind of have such a good relationship that it's easy for us to talk about that. And so with my oldest son, you know, I missed out a lot of stuff more so with him, with him going to college. Yeah. But I was there for the important things, like the real important games, like homecoming, like when his senior year when they had to be out on the field and you walk. I made sure that I was there for those. And so the really important ones, I was there for.
That's awesome.
So I don't really feel guilty about. I really don't feel guilty about anything in our journey.
Good.
Because everything that I did, I had to do to make sure that they were good.
Right.
And now the fruits of our labor, they're seeing them now. And it was a lot of work. It was a lot of tears. It was a lot of prayers. It was a lot of, I had the serious prayer team.
Yes.
Like everybody, you know, because when you have, in these industries, you have a lot of people telling you no. On both sides. Right. You know, because my oldest son went through something when he graduated from high school. He only got one school that was looking, it was 2 schools that was looking at him. And he went to Alabama A&M and he hated it. Yeah. And he had a full ride, and I was like, oh God, you want to leave? I'm like, it's a full ride. We're gonna have to pay a whole lot of money. You're gonna have loans. But you know, he stepped up and he made that decision. Yes. And he went to South Carolina State, and his career was amazing after that.
That's great. Yeah. But see, it sounds as if because he had such a great mom and a great support system, he was able to do that in confidence. Yes. I mean, and be confident about his choices. Yeah. So I think that's incredibly important. Yeah. You know.
Well, when he first came to me, I was like, oh God. Okay. All right. And I had to think about it for a second, and then I had to think about what I was doing with my life at 18.
Right.
At 18, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I was doing this and doing that. He was miserable.
Yeah.
And I said he has a whole lifetime to have to hopefully never feel those feelings, but feel those feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I was just like, babe, whatever you decide, I'm behind you 100%.
I love it. I love
whatever
it.
you decide.
That is so great. You're listening to Entrepreneur Central, and we have Miss Kimberly Parks, and we're talking about your Truth and Triumph event. And you have another one. You had one coming up you had an event on June 11th.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you have one coming up on June 18th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the upcoming event.
All right.
And share some more information so that how can, the listeners get to it and understand really what they're going to get out of it.
Okay.
That'll work. And we're back on Entrepreneur Central on 1065radio.com. And we're back with Miss Kimberly Parks.
Hey.
And so I think... So let's talk about your event.
Okay.
Okay. Again, Truth and Triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
And your event is coming up on June 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Get Seen Studios, which is located 500 Bishop Street, Suite E4, Atlanta, Georgia 30318.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so tell us what we're looking at. What will our audience get when they come?
Well, I'm going to be giving tips on how to get your children into the business, but I'm also going to be giving little stories that I went through step by step through our journey to get where we are right now.
Right.
Some people want to hear it, some people don't want to hear it, and that's fine. I just want to come from an authentic place.
Sure.
I want to come from a place where people can understand what is going on in the business for real, that it is not all glitz and glamour.
Right.
It's not all these limousines and all of this, all of that flying and making trips here and there. We know what it's like in the airport, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And we're not always flying first class, which is, we fly like regular people sometimes. So when we have to do that, it's a headache.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want people, I bumped my head. And so by me bumping my head, I want to give other people what I went through, give them what it was, and then they can make their own decision on if they're going to use that advice or not.
So what was the biggest challenge that you found as far as the gates into the industry? Because there's always gatekeepers, right? And they'll tell you all kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But what would you say was one of the largest challenges that you encountered?
I'm going to say just cracking the code. The circle is very, very small.
Okay.
So just getting into the group. Once you get in, you can kind of navigate around. Sure. But that's the hardest part, is getting in. Okay. So when we came back from LA the first time, we were kind of, like, okay, we're back. We got to try to figure out what we're going to do. And so they had all these little open calls going on and that kind of stuff because we didn't have any representation here.
Okay, yeah.
So we had to figure out for ourselves what we were going to do. Sure. So they had a big open call at the, I want to say at the Underground.
Okay.
And it was for a show on the Cartoon Network. Mm-hmm. And so we went there, and they ended up picking him up for the show. But it took such a long time because when we went in, they were like, "Oh, we love him so much. He's wonderful." Then all of a sudden, his headshot got lost. Oh. And so, they didn't know where his headshot was. And then, they saw over 600 kids that day. So, what the heck? So, something else came up, and we ended up going into the agent's office, and I remember the agent saying, "Oh my God, we were looking for you. We didn't know where you were. Your headshot got misplaced." And so you just got all these different things that happen that kind of detour you to keep moving. I just tell anybody that wants to be in the entertainment industry, child, adult, whoever it is, it's really about persistence. Okay. You have to stay in the game. When it looks like it's nothing, you still have to keep going. Right. And that's the only way you're going to make it above. Mm-hmm. We all do the average, but that's the way you're going to make it above the average. Definitely.
Stay in the game. And keep pressing and keep pressing. And it will work.
Even when it looks like it's not going to. Yeah.
So how did you, before you decided to, focus on your kids' gifts, and become their manager, what background did you have in order to
absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So that's why I'm sharing with everyone else. And the one thing that people that are in the industry know is that other people don't share information. So I know that our blessings are coming from the information that we share.
Yes.
And the giving back of what we do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's why we are where we are right now.
Right.
And now we're in a better position where we're able to give back more. It's not about the money for the workshop. It's about me being able to give that information to people and really enlighten people, and maybe even give them a piece of encouragement, inspiration, whatever I can do to help.
Right, because they may be at the point of wanting to quit.
Definitely.
They're like, well, there's no point. Let's just go and focus on something else.
And Atlanta is hot right now.
Right.
Atlanta is really, really hot. But the thing about Atlanta is that, and I just have to be honest, and I am in my workshop as well, is that LA does not respect Atlanta actors.
Wow.
And so that's why they're doing all of these big, huge films here, but are not casting lead roles from Atlanta. They're casting lead roles out of LA and New York.
Because it doesn't have the respect.
Because they don't have the respect.
Wow. Yeah, see, I would never know that. I wouldn't have even thought that. So then, would you have entrusted your son's career into the hands of anybody else?
Oh, no, ma'am.
No? Oh, good. I know. I think
oh,
that's
no,
smart.
ma'am.
Yeah.
And then the way you hear all of this stuff coming up now about these little circles of how they molested and did all these things to these children, I would have never.
Okay.
And so I know that that's hard for a lot of parents, because when you make that decision, you have to make that decision wholeheartedly. And not everybody, there's kids that are probably more talented than Camille, just as or more, but couldn't make that move.
Right.
I can't uproot my family. I can't go, you know, and that's why I tell people also in the workshop about sacrificing. What are you willing to sacrifice?
Yes.
Are you willing to sacrifice love? Are you willing to sacrifice family?
Right.
Are you willing to sacrifice friends?
Right.
Where you live?
Right.
Are you willing to sacrifice you? Because that's pretty much what you're doing when you take on that responsibility.
Right.
I don't regret any moment of it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. And you know what? You're absolute blessing, I will tell you. Because there's so many parents that won't focus on their kids. They won't focus on the fact that they have gifts, and they show them. They show them to you. And a lot of parents will shoo them, go on about that. I don't want to hear all that. I don't, all of that. But you actually focused on your kids' gifts.
And I did that because how many people can raise their hand and say that anybody in their family has a living that they love?
Right.
That they're doing something that they love.
Let's just be honest, and I think that's really important.
And and now you see how these children are, that it's hard for them to recognize what they want to do with their lives.
Yes.
So mine figured it out early.
Right.
So I just encourage those things that I found out were, early enough for them.
I think that's a blessing. I do.
Yeah.
I think I have 4 kids, and I tell you what, each one of them are very unique and different. But I'm blessed to see. I love seeing them operating their gifts.
Definitely.
And it's amazing to actually see it when you encourage them.
Encourage and inspire all the time. And I just have a love for boys. Yeah. So because I had 2, and I talk constantly to moms about how you talk to your sons, how you treat your boys.
Yes.
You need to make sure that you give them that extra love, because when our black men walk outside that door, they have so much to deal with.
Yes.
And so if they can't get the love and respect and the hugs and the kisses from their mom, how can we expect them to be armored when they walk outside that door?
Thank you.
They can't.
And to be able to give love. Because they never really got it.
Right.
And don't know what to expect. And then they're like, well, I didn't know.
Right. And then the streets, and then they can be influenced and sucked up very quickly because they don't have somebody that they feel that they can talk to at home.
Yes. So how do you keep up with them academically?
My oldest son, I just sat him down. I told him, I said, look, I need you to get these grades and do these grades, because mommy don't have no savings account over here for college and all of this other stuff. I need you to work for this.
Right.
And he understood that. And then with Camille, I told him, I said, look, you're going to school. He went to school, public school, up until the 5th grade. Okay. He got that job on Cartoon Network, and he missed a lot of school. So I told him we have to make a decision.
Right.
Either you're going to do this or you're going to do school. And if you decide to do this, we're going to do homeschool.
Right.
So it's your responsibility to keep your grades up.
Yes.
If I see your grades slipping, then we'll pull back from what's going on with this acting thing.
I love it.
So he did the K-12 program and graduated. He graduated last year.
Awesome.
They did a prom and they had his honor roll and all of that good stuff. So he did very well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. Kudos, because it's very challenging.
It is.
You know, when kids have to make a decision and balance and juggle so many things. They're not they're not little adults.
No, not at all.
Right, they're kids, and so you have to juggle that. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I'm telling you, it's really hard.
It's all in the communication, though. If your kids feel like they can talk to you about everything, then it's really not a problem. You have to open that door. You have to let them know that, I'm here for you.
Right.
You may do some things that I don't like, but I'm here for you no matter what.
Right.
And so just encouraging, uplifting, inspiring, all of those things.
Right.
And I think my boys worked so hard too because they saw me work hard.
Yeah.
I worked at FedEx for the time that my boys were growing up, and part-time, and then I would work some full-time hours if they allowed me to.
Right.
And so I was going to work at 1:45 in the morning and working outside and lifting boxes and doing all of that kind of stuff. So I think they saw me working so hard that they wanted to do the same.
Yeah, and get back to you.
Yeah.
For doing all that for them, to support them. That is so great. I'm telling you, my hat's off to you completely.
Thank you so much.
Everybody won't do that.
No.
And I think I'm so thankful that you're doing this workshop, because quite honestly, I don't think most of us have a clue. If our kid comes to us and says, "Hey, I want to be on TV."
Right.
I want to be on
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And don't know what that means.
Right.
What do I need to do?
Right.
What sacrifices do I need to
And
make?
I used to get really mad, like, early on in Camille's career, because people would be like, "Oh, I want my kid on Disney." And I'm like, really? Because I want my kid on Disney, too. And so I didn't go and knock on Disney's door and say, "Hey, this kid right here is so freaking cute, and you got a new show coming on, and you need to cast him." If it was just that simple, everybody would be a star. So it didn't work that easy.
Yeah.
And so I just want to share that journey with people.
How long did it take to get him on Disney?
Camille will be 20 this year.
Wow.
And so he auditioned, and I think that he just became on their radar. So when they felt like there was a good part or somewhere they could fit him in, that's when they picked him up. So the cast is amazing. Zendaya. We have Kadeem Hardison, who is my love. Oh, I love him. He's so sweet, laid back, just cool. Tammy, she was on Family Matters, and awesome. Yeah. So, and Veronica and Trinity. I mean, everybody, it's a very good cast.
Yes.
So, but we had to be patient. Again, that's the patience, that's the perseverance. And Camille will tell you, he said the first audition he went on, he bombed it.
Oh.
So I just truly believe in God too, and that what is for you is for you.
Absolutely.
And that's what you have to learn in this business. What's for you is for you, and your only competition is you.
Right.
It's not everybody else who is doing whatever. It's you.
It's you.
And you go in, you give 100. And if you gave 100, that's all you could give.
Be happy with what you gave.
Yes.
And if it's for you, you're going to have it.
Definitely. Yes. And a lot of times it's not even about you as the person that goes in there to audition. A lot of times, and this is something you'll learn in the workshop, a lot of times the casting directors don't know what they want. Or they have a specific thing that they see in their minds.
Right.
And so this person comes in and maybe kills the audition.
Sure.
But they already had something in mind. So then, they may cast for that part and then end up having to recast for it.
Okay.
So a lot of times I just always tell Camille, go in, give 100, and then we walk out and we let that audition just go back to the back and we move forward to the next thing.
Right. So. Love it. I love it. Well, hats off. Well, again, you're listening to Entrepreneur Central. We're talking to Miss Kimberly Parks. So, Miss Parks... Kimberly?
Yes.
Kimberly's right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Truth and Triumphs. Okay? It's June 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to take place at Get Scene Studios, 500 Bishop Street, Suite E4, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318, and they can find the Evite for this online?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. So it's mainly on Facebook, but if you go to Eventbrite, Truths and Triumphs 2.
Okay.
.com, and then you should be able to pull it up and get your tickets, and they're going for $50. So I was going to do 50 and then 75. Just going to do a flat $50.
Okay.
And you can order your ticket online, or you can do it when you get to the play, get seen
on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, that is great. And so is anybody else on the panel with you, or is it just...
Oh, we might have some surprise guests now, so I can't tell you. I know Mr. Camille is going to be in the place.
Awesome.
So he's going to be there, and we don't know who else is going to be there. So.
Okay.
So special guests keep coming and popping in. They did last week, so I'm looking forward to this week, too.
I love it. I love it. I am so thankful that you came on and talked to us, because honestly, you are an inspiration.
Thank you.
And I can just imagine that, you have so much to share. Is there a book in the works coming?
I've been thinking about it. I think I'm more trying to get into the speaking part. I'm still a little nervous. The radio, I was like, oh, the radio.
Yeah.
Hey. That camera, I'm telling you, I still struggle with that thing right there. But I'm actually going to be speaking my first keynote speaker engagement in August. Awesome. And I'm the keynote speaker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this lady is a minister. I don't know. And I'm the keynote speaker. I don't know. But no, I'm looking forward to that. And what I'm trying to do is just kind of get that voice out there. And also, I just think that the truths and triumphs of getting your kid into the business is just a stepping stone to where I'm really supposed to be at. Because I feel like I can just try to encourage as many parents or women or any of those avenues. I feel like I can touch on those things. I agree. And I just want to enrich and help people.
I love it. And I have to say, you know what, to be able to know how to be a mom to boys is a gift in and of itself.
It is.
Because again, we have so many men that we've seen that aren't being mothered, right?
Yes,
and so we can see them as adults. So hats off to you as far as helping inspire mothers and raising boys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. All right. This is so great.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really enjoyed this. They sprung on me the camera thing at the last minute. I just want to let everybody know that. But I love them.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back. We're going to pay some bills and inspire some other folks. So we'll be right back. I'm your host, Marjorie Waye on 106liveradio.com. And I know that interview with Ms. Parks was really inspirational. If you're looking to get your kids or know somebody who's really you need to be at this event on June 18th from 11 to 1. And you really need to be there. She has amazing information, and you can't get this realistic, honest perspective on the entertainment industry anywhere. That's just not available. So make sure that you go to the event. Again, Truth and Triumphs, taking place on June 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Get Seen Studios, 500 Bishop Street, Suite E4, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. And it is an event, right? You can look it up, and it's a $50 ticket, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. If your kid, if you want to promote and help your kids' gifts, help them succeed in their gifts, understand the realities of this industry and what it takes, then you need to be there. This will be an investment in you and your child or children to really understand. She's gone through it, she has the experience, and she can share it with you. So make sure that you're there again, June 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. All right, so it is 1:40, so we got a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and roll call, but before I do, I get to announce our winner of our Twitter campaign. I don't have a drum roll, but yeah. Anyway, of our Twitter campaign, our share campaign, where we're giving away 2 $106 gift cards. Our winner is Taisha Bradley, and we are so thankful because she I'm gonna say it, retweeted, I can't say it 5 times, but retweeted like nobody else. And so she's our winner. We're going to get the $106 gift cards, and we want to thank you. Please do not stop sharing information, because there's so much more coming. We still have Making a Millionaire, and I promise you I'm going to share so much more about that. Coming up in a couple weeks, we're going to talk about FINEO and what that means and what that's in. I'm telling you, all this is going to change your life. Make sure you stay connected to 106 Live Radio. And outside of 106 Live Radio, so next week we're actually going to wait till probably the 1st of July. The 1st of July, we're going to announce our new contest. And again, we love, apparently, obviously, giving away free money. But we're really thankful. We're thankful for our connections. We're thankful for those that are sharing Entrepreneur Central. Trust me, it is growing. We are growing, people. We are growing. And we've gotten such great reviews. We've got great responses. We've had new listeners to us each week. So we're really thankful to everyone. And we know that we're sharing some great information. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep listening and keep sharing. So thank you to everyone for Entrepreneur Central. And we're just about to go into our next level of success. And again, there's so much more to share. Coming up next month, we have our Supplier Diversity Month. We're going to be talking, it's in August. August is Supplier Diversity. The month of August is going to be committed to bringing in major organizations to talk about supplier diversity and how you can get on it. You can ask questions. Again, you go to our 106 Live Radio chat room, ask questions, and we'll answer them, and we'll engage with you so that we make sure that you get everything that you need from the information that we're providing. We want to get people contracts. We want to get people connected. We want you to have the individuals that you need to go to. No middlemen. Just go to the people that you need to get to. And if you need help with that, we're here for that. We have companies and organizations that are here to help you. So we're trying to give everything to help entrepreneurs and businesses thrive. So I announced our winner. And connect with us. Obviously, we're giving away stuff. So connect with us on Facebook, eCentral411, Twitter and Instagram is also eCentral411.com. Again, we're going to announce our new contest coming up on July 1st. So we want to again thank you, Taisha Bradley. You are our winner. Yay! And we will be getting those gift cards out to you very, very, very soon. So we're super excited. Now, if you're looking to promote your business on Entrepreneur Central, again, you can go to eCentral411.com and contact us page and provide us with your business information, and we'll list it. But if you're looking for a broader coverage, broader exposure of your business, 106 Live Radio has talk shows. It has major music shows. There's live broadcasts. There's the live chat room, of course, where we engage. We're giving out news. We give so much, because 106 Live Radio is where excitement meets diversity 24/7. So if you're looking for a broader exposure, contact us. Send us the email at advertise@106liveradio.com, and we will connect with you and provide you with the packages that you know how to advertise on the station. And again, it's in over 1,000 markets in over 100 countries around the globe. So it's not just the United States. We're all over the United States too, but it's not just the United States, it's all over the world. So you can get global exposure, your name said in every language, and just get some more for your business. So that's 106liveradio.com. And so we're going to continue on with our roll call. Our next on our roll call is Amir Event Planning and Event Services. And there's something new and exciting, just making sure your day is even more special. And they do events, weddings, and special events, and things of that nature. They're based here in Metro Atlanta. If you want to connect with Amir Planning and Event Services, please go to eCentral411.com and click on the link so that you can connect with the company. We also have Our Gems. Our Gems is a premier source to empower girls to reach their fullest potential. And they have some amazing things happening. You can follow what they're doing with the girls and promoting the girls on Facebook. So connect with our gyms on Facebook. They are based in Bremerton, Washington. We also have Total Life Changes. Total Life Changes maintains an active vision of selecting and providing superior products that have a lasting effects on consumers' health, while providing the same customers with an opportunity to change their socio-economic status. That is Total Life Changes, and they're based here in Atlanta, Georgia. Sunrise Properties of Georgia, they buy houses. So if you're looking to sell your house, then you can contact Sunrise Properties of Georgia. And again, all these companies are on essential411.com on our roll call page. We also have Proverb Shield. Proverb Shield is the newest addition to sports tech wear. And so you can secure your phone and other digital devices while you're having an awesome workout. So they are based in Porterdale, Georgia. The product is amazing. Please connect with Proverb Shield. We also have Giving a Hand Incorporated. It's a nonprofit organization that supports churches and at-risk communities and public schools. They sell office supplies, medical supplies, food, clothing, furniture, and the proceeds go to support their nonprofit efforts. So contact Giving a Hand Incorporated if you're looking for supplies for your office, medical office, food, clothing, what have you. We also have Lori A. Mans. Lori A. Mans is creator of Quality Media Consultant Group, and the firm is a business optimization consultancy firm that provides proven strategies that work to give you more clients, greater brand visibility, and more revenue. They are based here in Atlanta, but you can contact Quality Media Group and Lori A. Mans via essential411.com. We also have Sheer Illusions Hair Salon, based in Decatur, Georgia. They've been at their location for 25 years, 1777 Columbia Drive, and we had Chantrice on last week. Again, do not miss her special. You can find it on Facebook. It's already posted through Essential411 on Facebook. But remember, you only have until the 25th to take advantage of the special, and you need to mention Entrepreneur Central when you make an appointment. There's also Natural Herbal Detox Tea, based in Stockbridge, Georgia. They have an amazing array of products that are natural and that work to detoxify your body. And you can connect with the Natural Herbal Detox Tea supplier via essential411.com on our roll call. We also have Baby Judy Dorjian. She's based in Anchorage, Alaska, and she is a life and business coach, and she helps you to understand how to promote your business through Periscope. We also have Suits with a Purpose. Suits with a Purpose is partnered with 7 Metro Atlanta schools to provide young men brand new suits for the prom. And it's a great organization based in Duluth, Georgia. If you want to find out more about Suits with a Purpose, go to essential411.com and click on roll call page, and you can find about all of the organizations that we have listed on roll call. We also have Nature's Pearl with our representative Stacy Banton. She is an independent distributor of Nature's Pearl, and the product is amazing. The sample that I got, that's awesome. And so they just had an event, and you want to find out more about Nature's Pearl. It has they have products with the highest antioxidant what's it called? Antioxidants in it. And it's pretty much everything. So they have toothpaste, and they have drinks, and they have a lot of different products that will help you with your body and healing. And so that's Nature's Pearl. You can find Nature's Pearl by connecting to essential411.com and going to roll call. Properties is the word I was trying to find. We also have Adiva's Touch. Adiva's Touch produces quality handmade custom creative items and events. They're based here in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you want to find out more about Adiva's Touch, go to essential411.com, click on roll call. We also have G Mama Soul Food Kitchen, and they are a catering company that is about bringing the flavor to your soul, and they are based in Phoenix, Arizona. We have E Styles Unlimited Barber and Beauty Salon, which, by the way, they are looking for stylists in their location at 6128 Roswell Road, Sandy Springs, Georgia. So if you want to find out about how to get a chair, rent a booth at the barber at E Styles Unlimited Barber and Beauty Salon, then you can go to eCentral411.com and connect with Eric Styles, who is the owner. We also have Twisted Roots. Twisted Roots is a documentary that's coming out, and it's the first in a series of small positive steps forward with hope and inspiring others to do the same and collectively make a bigger impact. And they talk about food and nutrition and how to educate and how to help people sustain their own lives and health. So that's our roll call, our general roll call. We also have our author's corner, or writer's corner, and it's for writers, authors, publishers, those related to writing and publishing books. So on our author's or writer's corner, we have Lalinda Hernandez. She is the author of the upcoming book, Love Don't Love Nobody. And as soon as we get the link and we're ready to put that out, we are going to premiere that here on Entrepreneur Central.